Hello stitchy friends, and welcome back to Mother Buck's Cross Stitch. I'm Terry, also Mother Buck, and I'm here today to share with you my progress so far on a few projects that we've been working on. First off, I have the year in color, the temperature chart, and I had mentioned last time that because the temperatures in my area are so much the same this time of year, that I might want to change it up a little bit as far as every other block going to the low temperature for the day rather than the high temperature to the day. And I did frog out all of those parts that were black work and made those solid cross stitch, but with the low temperature color. Now it turns out that my low temperature this time of year is about the same every day too. So both colors are, although different, are in the same range. So we still have some not as much change in temperatures, but we have a little more variety, so it looks a little more interesting. So this is the way it looks now. And you can see the oranges were my high temps, the greens and olive colors, those are my low temps. And there's a few blank spaces here. These are for low temps, but it happened to be a floss color that I didn't have on hand. So I have to make a trip to my local needle workshop to pick up that color, and I just haven't gotten there yet. But those will be filled in, and they are still sort of an olive green color. But even though those colors, daytime colors are almost the same and nighttime colors are almost the same, it does add some more interest just to have it going back and forth between high and low. And I'm down to the last part of February. I think I got until the 18th here, so I'm only a couple of days behind. I'll wait again until about a week behind, and then I'll go ahead and fill in and catch up with it. But I do like the way it's looking right now. I do think it adds more interest to it, and as the year continues, we'll have some more colors that show up in there. Obviously, if I lived someplace where the colors were wildly different each day, and I don't know if there are places like that, I'm sure there are, but it would be a lot more different then. But I am liking the way it looks now better than I did, and I'm glad I made the change. Oh, and I didn't mention it. This is a year in color, and it's on 14 count white Aida and 2/1. Next, we had our WIPGO numbers for this week, 7 and 8. Number 7 for me was my steampunk bee that looks like this, and my goal was 300 stitches, and I actually got in about 365 stitches just because I wanted to finish a thread before I put it down. And this is what it looked like last time. And this is what it looks like now. You can definitely see some progress. I got the other antenna in, I got part of the wing in, a little bit more of the black in that kind of defines it, but it's looking more like what it's supposed to be now, and I'm enjoying it again. I had put it down for quite a while, and I had mentioned this is a very stiff Aida. It's 14 count, kind of an off-white. I think this is one that I actually bought from Amazon, and it's very stiff. I didn't wash it before I started to use it. I probably should have, but I didn't. And it turns out that I actually like it that way. I like a very tense hoop, so that the fabric is like drum tight, and being stiff like this makes it a lot easier to get the tension that I like. But I think it's turning out good. It will be set aside now until it shows up again, but that's a completion for number 7 on my WIPGO board. I actually did finish my WIPGO numbers for this month, so I'm ready and eager to find out what I'm going to be working on in March. The next one, number 8, was the Spread Your Love from Cross Stitcher magazine, and I had a start on this that I talked about last time with the ink problem and the part that I was going to have to frog out that I ended up just restarting. And I'm right about where I was then. with just the top of the lid and the little label that says 100 years. But it's a start, and that's what I intended to have on this to reach my goal for the WIPGO board. And I am enjoying this again as well. This also has one stitch in the middle here that is a darker red that I have in another project that I haven't found yet. And I will find that and fill that in, and then this will be complete for February's number 8. In March, when the new numbers come out, I will also use that time to start looking for a project that I want to do to start in March. I wasn't going to start any other things, but March is my birthday month, and so I want to start something new that I've really been waiting to do or anxious to do or anxious to try for my birthday month. So I'm in the process now of going through all my patterns and all my magazines. I love stitching from magazine charts, especially. There's just such a variety. And I'm looking through things now to see what I'm going to do for a birthday start. And I have a couple of things in mind, but when it gets to March, I'll share those with you. And then finally, I have my Heaven and Earth Designs 2025 SAL, and we're making really good progress on it. I believe last time I had just over 10,000 stitches done. I now have about 13,500 stitches done. A lot to go still, and I'm not actually at the point where I want to be right now. I'm at about 41%. And I would like to be like 60% right now so that I could finish these pages before the 3 months is up at the end of March. I don't know that I'll make that, but I'm getting great progress trying. And I do like the way that it's turning out. I think it's going to be fantastic when it's completed. And I will hopefully have a lot more done on it next time. It has about an additional 3,000 stitches compared to last time. I would hope to have another 10,000 stitches before we meet next time. I think that's pushing it for me, but I'm not a fast stitcher. This project I am doing, actually it is 16 count, and I'm doing 2/1 as a tent stitch. And it's the first time I've attempted tent stitch, and it is so fast. It's so fast compared to my normal stitch time. And I love the fact that I can sit down and do 400 stitches before I am completely wiped out and have to put it aside and do something else. But the tent stitch, I think it's looking fantastic. And I think it's giving me the idea that I really might be able to finish this one before the end of the year. So that's a really nice feeling. Because in the past, the SALs that I've done, I get so far behind that eventually I fall off and it's still sitting in there as a WIP to work on. That I would wait till the new season starts, whatever season it was for, if it was for a Christmas SAL or a Halloween SAL, and I'll finish it next year. It'll get finished, just not in the time frame that I originally wanted. And that's my SAL update. That is pretty much it for this week. I will be back next week with some more progress and maybe a better idea of what I'm going to do for my birthday start, and I'll share that with you then. And until then, have fun stitching, and I'll see you next time.